legendaris untuk Nu Skin. Dan sejak saat itu bisnisnya berkembang di seluruh Amerika, Vietnam, Asia Tenggara, dan Australia. Mari kita dengarkan sesi khusus yang dilakukan secara eksklusif melalui wawancara Bapak Roni Suprayogi, founder OTG Indonesia, dengan Presidential Director Circle of Excellence 2, Nguyen.
Okay, good afternoon, all Indonesian friends. My name is Dean Nguyen, come from the U.S., but originally I'm from Vietnam. A little bit about myself. I'm 66 years old now, have family with 4 kids and 5 grandchildren. I came to this country in 1978 as a refugee, because maybe some of you still remember 1975 and the communists took over Vietnam. And my mom was a teacher, my dad was in the army with the US government. So that's why they put my dad into the jail. And then we have a very, very hard time after 1975. So that's why when 1978 came, when we had the condition to leave the country, we left as a refugee. I remember I stayed in Hong Kong for 3.5 months, and after that we flew to the US. And back about 40 something years ago, I did not have any English because I was studying French when I was in high school. I went to school and picked the major that don't require that I had to talk. So that's why I picked mathematics. And I finished my BS degree in 2 years. It's a very short 2 years. And then I switched gear to computer science. And when I graduated, luckily that Apple computer is not far from my school. So I got a job there when I was in the 3rd year in college. So I ended up being the software engineer for Apple for 7 years. Why 7 years? Because there was a day that I came to my boss' office, and I happened to see his check. You know, if you are working for somebody, right? You're curious about how much your boss makes. So maybe with the hope that with the number they will motivate you. But in my case, it's completely opposite. Because when I saw his check, I said, "That's it. This is the last day of my life when I go to working for somebody." I remember I was standing in the room. I swear that this is the last day. I will never work for anybody. So I came back home that night. I told my whole family that I'm leaving Apple. Everybody thought that I'm crazy. But that's my story. And after that, I went to open my own offices, companies. We got involved in real estate. We bought house, fixed it, and resell it. Make some money, but we lost a lot of money too. But one of my turning points in my life in 1993, I happened to learn. I joined one network marketing company in 1993, and that was a financial services, and their product is life insurance. So I moved from the bottom, I moved all the way up to the top of that company in 3 years. But when I was in the top of that company, I realized that I don't have the freedom that I'm looking for. You know, because in financial services, you have to have office. Not one though, because I recruited people from different states, then I have to open multiple offices. So a lot of expenses, and then that's a very highly regulated industry. So you don't have the freedom that you can do this, do that. So it's also after 7 years with that company, I stepped down, I resigned. And we became the real estate broker. And my wife also get involved in mortgage industry. So both of us, we make good money. But we still searching for something because I believe that out there's an opportunity that can give you the freedom of time, freedom of money, of course. And then you enjoy doing it, helping a lot of people. So I keep my mind open. And then there was a time in January 2009, a friend of mine called me, and she said that she happened to attend one of the meetings from the big company. And she asked my opinion about the opportunity. I just simply asked her, what is the company? She mentioned New Skin. And I heard about New Skin a long time ago. I read some books and they mentioned about New Skin company. And she said that especially it's not about the company, about the product, but about the person that I talked to. And that gentleman's name is Alan Nagel. So I was on the phone. I say, how to spell Alan Nagel? And I GAO, and I searched on Google real quick, and I read the story. So she just simply asked me, what do you think about this opportunity? And I just told her that it's good. It's good. So go ahead. Because remember this, it's not the presentation. I did not hear the presentation. She just simply asking me opinion. And the conversation is less than 2 minutes. I went home that night, told my wife that there's a big company about to open the market in Vietnam, and they have the good technology called AceLock. And back then, we was 52 years old. And you know, lady, at 52 years old, right? When I mentioned something, some of the device that in less than 10 minutes can make you a few years younger. Of course, she jumped right away. So the next day, she booked the airline ticket, fly all the way from North Carolina, 5 hours flight to California for half-face demo. And the tickets is about $1,000. So some of us now, we got the free half-face demo. But we had to pay, and we had to take about 2 days. 1 day fly over there and 1 day fly back. So once she came back, I just simply asked her, what do you like about the product? And she said, yeah. And that's how we started. Very simple. We did not know much. We did not know about the compensation plan. So my point is, when you find the right person at the right time, it's just like myself, you know. I say, hey, sign me up. I don't ask about the product compensation, the system or whatever, because, you know, it's the right moment because I was looking for something. So when I first joined, did not have any training. I did not even talk to Alan again. But my wife, luckily that she's a good cook. So we just, I just asked her to cook a very nice meal, which is the Vietnamese beef soup called bún bò Huế. And she cooked every Friday. She cooked about 2 pots, big pot. And my job is just call my friend come over for dinner, right? So when I invite people come for dinner, they never say no. So when they came, the minute I opened the doors, usually they ask Catherine, are you using something on your face lately? Or they came to my house, drink a lot of water, and ended up go to the bathroom. And they saw the product that I put in the bathroom. So they asked me, what is this product? So I shared with them real quick about the opportunity. Because in our home, the dining table have 8 chairs. Both of us took 2 already, so we have about 6 left. So every Friday night, I invited 3 couples. And among those 3 couples, 1 couple did not say anything. 1 couple became the distributor, and 1 couple bought the product. So that's the ratio. And it happened almost every week, just like that. So the first week, we became LOI. Did not make any money because, most of the product we use ourselves. Second month, I think that the commission is not that much, but the third month is somehow, this is very significant. Because I know the network marketing, in order to make a real money, maybe you wait for about a year or 2. But this case is totally different. So I just asked my wife, how in the world you can make that much by just inviting people to come to our home and eat? And by then, that I pay more attention on, because, remember, I told you that I was in the mathematics major. So I love numbers. So I look at the number and I said, this number is unbelievable. So connect me with somebody so I can ask. So I met Alan Nagel, because be honest with you, at first, I don't think that we can make good money in this business. Because I got used to selling the house. I make 8,000, and my wife make another 5. So each transaction we make about more than $10,000-$15,000. And now selling the little products, because I asked, I remember the bottle of True Face SN Ultra is $150. I say, how you can make money with a little bottle and the price is almost $100? There's no way you can make money in this business. So I listened to some of the team elite, and especially back then they call MDC members. So they explained about the business, and the minute they mentioned about the ADR, and you call here ARO, right? So it's just like the light bulb is on. So I see that this is truly that you can earn the so-called residual income from that. And then we just start spread out the news. Back then, there's no live stream, no Facebook, no even smartphone though. Back then, people don't talk about smartphones. The only tool that I have is the conference call and the go-to webinar. I think most of you remember webinar. So I use that webinar and I broadcast the opportunity. I share my story. I told people what I'm looking for. And we start with that and spread it to Vietnam, spread it to, up until now, it's about more than 40 countries. And then 2013, the company opened Vietnam market. We went there about 2 years ahead of time, and we just found some people. So to fast forward until now, we was a team elite of platinum 4-star 4 times, and 1 time we have 1 star. 5 MDC, and then approaching 10 now. We have more than 12 people earn more than $1 million. And we have team members around the world, more than 40 countries. So at the age of 66, both of us, we travel around the world. Just like today, we are in Bali, Indonesia. And then 4 days later, we'll be in Vietnam. We travel a lot. Instead of stay home and play with the grandkids, right? Most of the people who are at my age. So now I can tell you that I have the free time. I have health. I can do whatever I want to do. Especially I can help a lot of people around the world. So that is my story. It's very simple. Keep it simple because this business is very, very simple. I think that most of us somehow we complicate it ourselves. We think too much. When you have some good thing in your hand, just simply share to others, right? Especially the people that close to us. And that's all we do. You know, I think there are only 3 steps. Use the product, share to others, and find somebody just like us doing the same. Use the product and share to others. And I hope that we'll see all of you sometime in Bali, especially on the beach. Okay, and you're lucky to have the leader like Ronnie and Lana. I think that you have everything in your hand now. It's just now you is the one who make a decision to do this.
Okay, Dean, how are you?
Good.
Thank you so much. It's really such a pleasure to have you in Bali. I mean, with Catherine, with Aaron Nagao, and Philip Chung, yeah. And Dean, so I spoke briefly with Catherine, and what she told me had my tears rolling down on my eyes. I mean, like, there was like a very, very amazing story.
Yeah.
Would you mind telling us, the audience here, briefly? Because to me, what Dean did with the 60 days journey is pretty much like similar to the journey that most of us have in New Skin. But would you mind telling us a little bit why did you want it? How?
I think that there's some lessons that we took from the trip. Okay, initially, I remember exactly at the end of in April 27 of 2017. In the middle of the night, I felt really pain in the back of my head. So I tried to stand up and find some medicine, and I fell down. I fell down. Then at that moment, it's very scary to think about the stroke. So, you know, right after that, it was okay. I jumped into the bed and I sleep until the next day. I did normally went to the gym, took my wife to the supermarket, and I did many live stream or webinars. Normally, did not really know that I have a stroke because in our father's side had that history.
Right.
You know, my grandpa passed away because of the stroke. Maybe luckily that, you know, it takes about a few days and I kind of recover fully. But there was time. That's the reason I missed the Barcelona trip.
Oh, okay.
Because right at that month in May, I remember May, that I stayed home for 3 months to try to recover. And then I realized that life is too short because, you know, you never know, right? It just happened just like that. So I have the long list of things that I want to do in life. For instance, I want to go back to my elementary school, sit in the class, and listen to the teacher. I want to lay down on the ground and play ball like we were a kid. Ball, right? I want to taste all the good food in Vietnam and a lot of things. So I had the idea that I had to walk there because there was a few things I want to see in Vietnam. And only thing that we can do that is we can walk across the country. And I map out that the distance is about almost 2,000 kilometers.
So that's like from the north?
From the north, from the capital to the south.
To the south.
The Ho Chi Minh City. Exactly, it's about 1,800 kilometers. So I call one of my friends in Vietnam and I say, this is my dream and I want to fulfill it. Because we never see, there's no guarantee for tomorrow that I'm still alive. So I want to do it right now. So first person I said is my wife, right? And she said, no, there's no way you can do this because of the health condition. So she talked to my doctor, who is my brother-in-law. And my brother-in-law called all the doctors. And they formed even a committee. And they said, no way that you can do this because the chance that you have a second stroke is really high, especially heat stroke.
Right.
Because the heat is really hot weather in Vietnam. And they said that this is the chance that if you get a stroke this time, we cannot do anything because it happened in Vietnam and we are in the U.S. But I think that, you know, this is the only chance because we only live once. I really want to do this. So exactly, I told my wife, I said, even if I die, it's okay. don't bury me. Just drag my body to the finish line because I want to finish this. So with my determination, my wife knows that when I decided to do something, so they better do it. So we together organize the whole thing. So we start. So we calculated the day that they have the 5th anniversary of Nu Skin Vietnam.
Oh, okay.
And I did it backward. So I talked to Vicky. I told Vicky that I planned the 60 days walking through that audio, and then I will the finish line will be on the stage on the day that you celebrate the 5th anniversary.
Wow. Okay.
And then to make the trip more meaningful, I asked Vicky to give me the list of all the children that they got the heart surgery.
Heart surgery, yeah.
So I can visit them. And then I might raise some funds along the way. So we did that, and here's a big lesson, because still a lot of people, and I think you asked me this morning too, how in the world you can walk that long? I say I walk by using my brain, not the legs.
Oh.
The legs is okay. So because 1,800 kilometers, and we map it out for 60 days. So every day you walk about 30. And remember this: before that, I never walked more than 1 kilometer. One before that.
Daily. Okay. So you're not someone who is physically fit, exercise, sports person.
Yeah, I exercise, but not really walk or run because I don't like it.
Okay.
I even have my buddy in Vietnam. He said that, remember this: you never walk 1 kilometer in your life. And now, how in the world you can walk that long? I unfriend him. I said, man, you negative. Stay away. Stay away. So I can do my thing. So every day, the nice thing is every day you're looking for a good thing happen. For instance, I ask everybody to report to me that today what is the place that we will visit and what food we will eat. And with that, every morning we wake up very excited, looking forward to see good things during the day.
Right.
And you do it consistently. Take one step, left, right, make sure the one leg is ahead of the other, and that's it.
So Catherine mentioned that the first day was the hardest, according to her. Why was
because
that?
I think that they call the second day syndrome. That because you never walk that many miles or kilometers.
Right.
And then the first day, of course, there will be the pain.
The pain is like real physical,
yeah. Because the first day, I remember, we walked about 50. We walked from 5 o'clock until 11 at night.
Oh,
because that was the first day. We got excited.
You get
they
excited.
say stop. I say no, keep walking.
just like people who just started using it. They get excited.
They get excited, go out there and talk to a lot of people.
And got killed.
I was killed. Exactly. And then the next day, if you ask me that, have you ever thought about quitting? Yes. The answer is yes.
Okay.
A lot of people say, man, it's so tired. Why don't we take a rest? But I know that if we take a rest, once, there's a tendency that we might drop out. Yeah.
Right.
Because that's our option. Right? So the first day, the hardest is the second morning.
Oh, the second morning. Okay.
This is the second day. You wake up so sore, so tired. So we're thinking about quitting. So how you overcome it? Because you know that if you overcome it and make a decision, hey, keep walking. But the big lesson is here. Every day we're looking for good things. And for most of us, if you help any friends or the people make a few dollars, or you help them enjoy the product.
So it's like trying to find ways to enjoy the process.
Yeah.
So for you, the journey
enjoy the process.
Yeah. For you, that journey, the way you enjoy it is like, okay, what food are we going to eat? What new things that we
Yeah.
Okay.
What is the highlight of
the
today?
highlight of the day? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
not really big highlight or
okay, of course,
but just a little thing every day.
Things.
We look forward,
a little things,
and then a little by little, step by step. We've got 1,800 or even 28,000 kilometers. If we do that for more few days,
right.
every day,
right.
And so don't forget about what we are doing here. The same thing. Every day you enjoy the process because we know that we have products, we have companies, we have scientists, we have the team members, we have leaders that help you, and enjoy the process. When you share to others, people around you, and you do it consistently every day for a long time. Don't think that maybe 1 day or 2 days, but maybe because in this business, first year, whatever you touch, it turns crap.
Yeah.
First year, right?
For sure.
And the second year and the third year, you might learn about the business. You make good income when the fourth or fifth, but if you want to make a major income, had to be about 7. I think that happened to most of us.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So you have the right expectation about this business, and then you enjoy the journey.
Yeah.
I think that right now I just enjoy when I help anybody who use the product.
Yeah.
Or help them. They make a little money. It's okay, but as long as we do it consistently every day.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you will get there eventually.
Okay.
Don't
question.
worry.
Yeah. What about the pain? I mean, the physical pain. I mean, like, okay, emotional pain is one thing, but physical pain, you got blister on your foot for walking that.
Hey, you are welcome off though, because I have the needle in my pocket. I just use the needle and I pop it.
You pop it?
Yeah, I pop it myself.
You pop the blister?
Yeah. Hey, we welcome all we know for sure that you will have challenges in this business. For sure. Only dead people don't have problems.
Dead people, okay.
Okay. So if you still awake and you go out and do the business, for sure that you have challenge, but you know exactly what you want. And then you have the
tenacity.
Yeah, the motive that you can overcome that.
Yeah.
Because I announced to everybody that I will walk, and I finished on that day. Though I promised with the company that on that day I will be on the stage. There's no way that I can quit.
Okay.
The promise already done.
Yeah.
I have to.
Yeah.
So
So that commitment, even that commitment up to the state where Catherine said that if you couldn't make it, she will finish your race.
Yeah, of course. You have to have to trust your partners because this is the teamwork. That's the perfect teamwork.
Yeah. So it would have been so much harder or almost impossible if you were to do it yourself. Yeah.
Don't do it yourself. In this business, the key word is leverage, right? We leverage everybody.
Right.
Sideline, upline, downline, essentially sideline.
Yeah. So when you have that physical pain and you know that you have to continue walking, it's like one step at a time. Just think about the next step. Think about the next step, fit forward. But what about in new skin business? People get hurt, they get disappointed, they get rejection. What is, from your experience, the best way for people not only to deal with themselves in terms of managing disappointment, but becoming stronger?
Becoming stronger, become a better person than yourself yesterday. Become what you call the slogan of the company, the best, right? The best version of yourself.
The best version of
yourself. Yeah. I mean, every day you try to do a certain thing. The big success not come because we do a big thing though. No. Most of us is just a little thing, but consistently do it every day for a period of time. A little thing, for instance, that maybe during the day you do a few little things. Like every morning you wake up, you use the products, right? Of course, we go to the bathroom, we use the product. And then after that, we share to 3, 4, 5 people around us every day, consistently, every day. Consistently means that even when you don't feel good, right? When you feel good, you share to others, it's easy.
Yeah.
But even if you don't like to feel to anybody, you have to share to everybody.
Yeah.
And you do it consistently. Or maybe you attend all the team meeting, team Zoom, or whatever. It's just a little thing there, but you do it every day.
Yeah.
Consistently.
Yeah. So Dean, I mean, in the previous session, in the previous video, you mentioned that you had a hard life, having to flee or coming up from Vietnam at the time, going to U.S.
Yeah.
And then I remember at one stage you were telling the story about, keeping the fire in your heart, the motivation, because life in Vietnam is hard, but then you move to another country, then you find out that it is also hard.
Right.
It's a different kind of hard.
Yeah.
And I remember that people sometimes they just quit in their mind.
Yeah.
They say that they want to get big things, they want to achieve big things, but then again, throughout the journey, then they decided to quit. I remember that story about the sock.
Sock, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you mind telling the audience about that?
Because I was kind of successful in previous business, so every time that I go everywhere, always people ask me, "What is your secret sauce?" Secret. Just like in this business, if you just like a lot of people asking me, "Do you have a hard time with this business and how you overcome it?" Be honest with you, that is a very tough question for us, because if we tell you that there's no challenges, this is not true, because we still have a lot of challenges every day. But if we say that we have a lot of challenges, it's not true, because for us, if you think that selling new skin product is hard, try to sell life insurance. Because I did it before. Do you know anybody who bought the life insurance and got excited and go home and tell neighbors? No, none.
Okay,
it's very hard. So for us now, with our product, people use it. They feel good, look good. They tell the whole world, right? They do live stream. They tell everybody. So it's a lot easier for this business. Of course, we have rejection left and right. All of my friends, all of my relatives, even my brothers don't join. But it's okay. So it's okay, because we already done it, the toughest one, which is life insurance.
Yeah.
Sorry, life insurance, if you work in a life insurance. But life insurance is a product that you cannot touch it. You cannot smell it. It's very hard. It's very intangible. So with this business, especially with this opportunity during this time, I think that is the best in the world now. You can share to anybody. And then I have the people asking me about the secret. Sorry that I don't have it here, because it's in my luggage somewhere.
Oh, you still have it with you?
I still have it.
You still have it with you? Okay.
I did not even wash it. Okay. It's about 20 years ago when I was in life insurance. Selling life insurance was really, really tough. I got people slam the door on my face. I remember Sunday morning, I went to the customer's home, and early Sunday morning, right, 8 o'clock, nobody waking up that early. I ring the bell. The guy came out, opened the door, and asked, "Who are you?" I said, "My name is Dean, and we talked to you yesterday about the appointment this morning." And he said, "What for?" I said, "Life insurance." If somebody knock your door Sunday morning and try to sell you life insurance, what do you think? He slammed the door right in my face. It's about this much. This is my face. And at that moment, I be honest with you, I say, "Man, that's it. Today is the last day. I will leave the insurance industry." But when I walked back to my car, because I parked far away, I walked back to my car. Somehow I put my hand into my pocket and I touched my sock. Imagine that I always carry my little sock, because I have a youngest daughter. Back then, she's about maybe 2 years old. And I still keep the sock, pink color, little there. And I keep it in my pocket all the time. And people are just curious about how in the world, you carry that sock. Because I have a young girl, and I love her to death. So that's why I always carry it. So the minute that I put my hand in my pocket, it touches that sock. And it reminds me why we are in business, why we have to do this. So that's the one incident. There's many incidents that I touch my sock. I give you another scenario here. For instance, most of us, we are about 1.6 meters, right? 1.6. Now you in front of the wall. The height is 2 meters. Let me ask you, can you jump over the wall? The answer probably not, right? Because we only 1.6. Mine is 1.7, but I cannot jump that high. But can you imagine that there's a dog, 2 severe German dog, hungry dog, right behind you? Can you jump over? Of course, right? Because now you have the reason you had to jump that high. So let me ask you a question. You got to find your dog because there's a dog behind you. I hate to be poor. There's another incident because when I first came to the U.S., the first day in the U.S., my uncle took me to the store to buy a shoes because back then I don't have a shoes. So when I walked into the shopping center, it happened that the first shop is selling television. And you know, imagine the 21 years old guy, love technology, right? We look at the TV, all the colorful TV, it's really nice. But I look at the price, man, it's 4 digits, 5 digits. So I asked my uncle, how come this TV is very expensive? And she said, no, it's not expensive because you don't have money. But somehow, you know, that statement it hit me. Right. So I make a decision that I will never be poor. So it brings another point I want to share with you that you have to make decisions. Most of you join New Skin, but probably you haven't make a decision that you really do this business. For the married couple, let me ask you, when you get married, have you thought about, let me marry this guy or this girl for a few months to see what happens, right? Because somehow most of you now, that's your attitude with this business. Let me try to do this business for a year to see what happens. Don't even try. Make a decision. Because I can tell you that nothing more powerful than the made up mind, the decision.
Nothing is more powerful than a made up mind.
Yeah. Wow. When you make up your mind that this is the only way, there's no back out. There's no way out. And you have to be successful with this business, then you make a decision. Or maybe you promise with your spouse, you promise with your kids, your parents that I will, that's what Tom do. I remember this was the New Year. I came to, you know, with Asian tradition, right? On New Year Day, we greet our parents. And then somehow that day, I told my dad, I said, by the time next year, at this time, we will retire you. You don't have to go to work anymore. You know, Catherine looked at me and said, what? We did not plan for this. This is not on the script. but for some reason, you know, the words came out of my mouth. I told my dad, and guess what after that? Oh, my eyes scared to death. I got to work somehow, because I already promised to my dad. And then I make a decision. I think that it came from a decision. So this is a big challenge. This is homework for everybody here. Today, you make a decision and you will tell, okay, about maybe this afternoon, the evening, or before you leave today. You have to tell people on your left, what is your decision today? After the whole section, you listen to some of the leaders share their story. Yeah. If you make a decision, but you tell your friend, sit next to you on your left, okay? Everybody do it, right?
Okay. Wow. So basically, everybody needs, the very first step is everything all about really make up someone's mind first through the decision. Yeah. And throughout the way, there will be, throughout the journey, they're bound to meet problems.
But don't forget the decision that we already made.
Yeah.
Or we have to declare publicly. Yeah. Declare to all the family members, especially the loved one. Then you have the commitment.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about the people that you met along the way in your journey in New Skin. People who are having to face tough situation as well.
Yeah.
And then they decided to stick to it. Of course, they slow down a little bit when there are problems, but now they choose to continue. And now they've managed to get a great success story.
Yeah, this is there was a breakthrough in my career with New Skin, because before when we sign up people, I just asked, have you signed up? And then we asked the recruiter, try to sign people up, but we did not tell them that help that person to make money. Then two different stories. Because most of us, when we recruited a new distributor, we give them the instruction to do this, do that. But our job is to help them to make, because imagine that of course there's people who leave this opportunity, who leave our company left and right, right? They quitting. Quitting is normal for everybody. Husband and wife, they quit each other. The employer quit employee, employee quit employer. It happened. Friends, they quit. So that is the habit of people. So it happened in this business. That's normal. But I believe that if I help people, let me ask you, if there's a new person join, and the first month we help them to make, let's say, $500 US. Second month they make about 1,000, and the third month, after they become the branch rep, maybe they make a little bit more than that. Do you think that they will quit? No.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's the assignment I asked a lot of people. There was time in my career, just lately, I do the Zoom and I ask everybody, I give the whole work for everybody. Tomorrow, everybody attend this Zoom. You have 5 minutes each to show us how you can help the new people make the first month, second month, or the third month.
Okay.
Amazingly, a lot of people say, no, I don't. I say, hey, if you don't know, then you don't know anything about this business. You don't. That's why you don't have the confidence to go down there and share. That's why you have to learn it. Because, or you do it yourself first, because you cannot tell others to do something that you don't.
Right.
Because you have to make something.
Okay.
But at least you clear the path.
Yeah. Okay.
Because how come you start this business and you're not clear that you can help others?
Yeah.
So I think maybe that's because they don't have the duplication because of that.
Yeah. What I'm getting from your last story is about making sure that people join not because they want to earn money for themselves, but also having the essential skill and know-how to help other people.
Yeah.
To really make money.
At least that you clear in your mind. You know the path.
Right. Okay.
The confidence.
Yeah.
I think the why reason is a lot of people don't go out there and talk, because themselves, even they cannot do it, or they don't know how to do it.
Yes. Yeah.
They cannot sell the dream if they don't.
Yeah.
If they don't know it themselves.
Do you know anyone within your organization, within your team, who are, when you met them, you think that this is tough? I mean, financially it's not there, knowledge is not there, physically it's not there, and you just think that maybe it's gonna tough for that person to make it. But then again, there was a breakthrough. Do you have that kind of story?
Yeah, I think that in our career that we will meet a lot of people like that, and I think that the breakthrough is when they attend the event, just like the event today.
Right.
Only when people come to the event they see the bigger picture. So try yourself. So try to sneak out of the picture. Let that person see the big opportunity. Somehow, we right in front, right in the middle, and we let people see the opportunity or the company or the product through us. You have to step aside and let us see the bigger picture by invite people to the event. Just like the event today. I think that we stress the vision. They say that when the vision is stressed, it will not come back. Right? To bring people to the event, so they stress the vision, to the point that they can see a better picture. Yeah, of course, I have some people have difficulties. They have another idea from spouse and relative or family. But when they come to the big event, and especially when they bring the spouse to the big event, I think in this business, especially the spouse, I think it happened in the insurance industry.
Right, right.
They say that, well, how in the world insurance agents quit this business? The turnover rate is really high. It's not because of the product. It's not because of the company. It's not because of the economy, but because of the spouse.
Okay.
Just like every night you go home and sleep, and the gun is right in your ear. You got excited of rock quarter, just like today. You know, maybe after the event you got excited, but tonight you will sleep next to the gun. So usually, I told all the new team members, within 72 hours, you got to meet that family, especially the spouse.
Hours. Yeah. Right. Okay.
You should know the name of the dog or the cat of that person, because, you know, maybe sometimes we should meet them in the office or somewhere, and we don't know enough about the family.
That's right.
Especially the spouse. Sometimes I came to the family, and I waiting in the kitchen table, waiting for the spouse, and this is the lady who joined. He said, no, my husband will not involve it. He's sleep already. I said, call him up, because I want him to be here. You know, sometimes they say, no, my husband doesn't want to involve. I just leave. I left the room.
Okay.
I said, the reason I come here because I want to see him. Because both of them, when we asked about the dreams, especially the contactless, you know, he gave some names.
Right.
Because he got to know who's his wife working with.
Yeah.
Especially in the Asian community.
Yeah.
If I recruited a lady, I should bring my wife along. I cannot go there by myself.
Yeah. That's right.
The sensitive issue.
Okay, Dean. I mean, you have throughout your career in Newskin, you've almost made $10 million throughout this journey, and that for sure, because you have helped so many people within your organization.
Right.
So, would you mind telling us 4 different lines? What are the characteristics of the leaders that you have, and how did you meet them? Is it through direct sponsoring, or is it through driving the line? The 4 power line that you have.
Yeah, the quickest answer is through driving the line. We call it tap routing.
Tap routing. Okay.
Because in our country, you know, everybody know bamboo, right? You know how the bamboo grow? They dry the root first. With tap rooting, build the strong foundation first. Tap rooting, the root has to go really deep. So this is another slogan, or you make it short for everybody. Some people say, I ask them, how many new distributors you have? And they say, I got 4. And I ask another question, do they have any people under? And they say, no, they just joined last week. So I told them that distributor is not the distributor until that distributor has the distributor under them.
Right.
So I asked a lot of people, how many legs you have? We call it legs, right?
Yeah, legs.
They say 3 legs. And I asked them, I give them a piece of paper and I say, draw me the map. And he draw, this person have 1 person. And he called this is the leg. I say, no. The leg is not a leg until they have 4 knees.
4 knees. Okay.
So they have to go 4 deep though.
Okay.
Then you can call it leg.
Deep. Okay.
Otherwise, it's not a leg. It's not a leg. You have 1 person under that person. It's not a leg. So we have to make a new definition.
Yeah. So basically, throughout your career, you see that it is almost impossible to just focusing on recruiting a lot of people.
Yeah. You have to
without
go through
going through the depth.
Yeah, well, of course, maybe some of you thinking about we want to go after quality, of course, but you get the quality if you go through quantity. You get the good numbers, then, you know, during that process, you will find some people really independent. I think that it happened to most of us, that nowadays we can freely travel around the world, have fun, because they are independent.
Yeah.
I give the test. For instance, when we travel, Some people are crying, oh, Dean, can you book me an airline ticket? I told them, if you want to be financially independent, booking the ticket, you cannot be independent. You know, how come you go after financial independence?
Oh, you mean they ask you
Yeah.
to book the ticket for them?
So it is very important to ask them to be independent. Okay, right. Okay, but in terms of the power line that you have, what are the profile? Are they business people? Are they housewives? Are they people who are professional?
No, I really, because go back to the profile that you are looking for, you put the name on the prospect list. I have quite a few. I have seven criteria.
Criteria.
Yeah.
Okay.
From 1 to 7.
Okay.
One is from 25 to 45 years old. You know why not more than 45, right? Because young people, they are quick, they have energy, but they are not endurance. Old people don't want to change. So my first criteria, number one, is 25 to 45. Second is marry, have kids. So there's nothing wrong with single people, but if they marry and have kids, have children, means that they have more responsibility. And the third one is they have the strong career background, because I know some of us somehow we go after unemployed people because you think the unemployed people have time. But I go after the people who are busy, because they are busy, then there's much things get done.
Yeah.
And then the fourth one is the people who have a good reputation to the community, you know.
Yeah.
Don't get the bad people into this business. It will spoil the whole thing. And the fifth thing is people have a desire, burning desire. And that's the fifth thing. The sixth thing is people who dissatisfied with what they are doing. Maybe business owner or maybe doctors. Usually I ask the question is, if the doctors, what you don't think about what you are doing? And they will tell you. Just like lately, I asked the doctor, he said that he opened the clinic for 7 years, but what you don't like? Right? No vacation at all in the last 7 years. And the last one, and this is the most important, coachability. People who are coachable. Because a lot of people, they say, oh, I already know this. You know, I've done this, been here, been there, done that. Or people that you ask them to do something, they say no, they have better idea. I try my best to avoid those people. Because remember, we are in the business of duplication. So you're looking for people who are coachable. So in that order, but if you ask me which one is the most important, I reverse that.
Okay.
The coachability will be on top. Of course, if you pick 25 to 45, probably I cannot join them, because when I join, I'm 52. Right? To put at the list. So this is the top 7. So when our team members, they do the prospect list, next to the name will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. I will pick the top 25, mean the people who have all 7. Or maybe you have 1, 3, 5, or 1, 4, 6, 7, not all 7. But if you have all 7, I put another list and I focus on that person. So right from the beginning, try to. Right. I'm not go after the so-called big fish, because you know big fish now, they don't do much. Right? People have reputation, they have the big ego, especially they are not coachable. I don't know it's about your culture, but in our culture, if we are old, we don't listen to young people. Yeah. Or I have a big house and you have a small house, or you are a student, just graduated, I don't listen to you. No, I don't go after those people.
Right.
I mean, but I go after the people who are very hungry about the opportunity. They are the burning desire. And of course, coachability is number one. Because you want to have people, especially you have the system. You have the people who follow the system. And when you're talking about people who follow the system, it got to be 100%, right? Because A lot of people will follow 99%, so it's not to follow. Right? You have to trust the system, and you have to follow 100%.
Right.
So some people, believe it or not, they have better idea. They wake up in the morning with another plan, another idea. They will not make it for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is your advice to people who said, I've run out of people to prospect? No more name list. What is your advice to those people who say that?
It's just like now I went back to Vietnam and they said, I never have COVID. So this is my answer. You check yourself because your ability to communicate with others. If you don't have COVID, then you have problems. The same thing, if you don't have any people, I mean, we got to, I have some girl not long ago. I asked them to sit down and do the prospect list, and she came up with about 100, and she stopped right there. I don't know many people. I know maybe a handful. I just simply asked them that if you get married this weekend, how many people you will invite to the wedding? And she said 400. I said 400? Of course, you don't invite strangers from the street, right? Because this is your wedding.
Okay.
So you got to know some people. In fact, we know a lot of people. And this is the beauty of the business. When we invite a person, when we talk to a person, we got to know that how many people behind that person. Because, you know, some people that we know, they know a lot of people that we don't know. For instance, you have a brother. But you look at your brother as a brother. But now, because of this business, because of the platform that we have now, you got to ask questions, how many people my brother knows that I don't know? Of course, he knows a lot of people. I know he knows some people from the big city, and that people from the big city have relatives somewhere in the U.S. or in another country. And those people we know something. Especially now, Facebook, they allow us to get friends for 5,000. Imagine 5,000, no 5,000. That's 25 million people. Yeah. Because now you don't make the prospect list. You build the prospect list. That prospect list never cross any name. Any name.
Never cross any name.
You got to have the habit of adding 2 or 3 names every day.
Right.
And you build that. Build.
I think that's key, Dean. A lot of people, they do the business, they cross out people's names because they've talked to them, they don't want.
Yeah, they prejudge, yeah.
And then they forgot to add the name, the new
names.
Yeah.
You know, to the point that my team member, they're afraid to meet me because every time, even I meet them in the restroom. Okay, I ask, where's your list? They got to show it to me, otherwise I will not talk to them if they don't have the list.
Okay.
And they have to bring it with them.
Okay.
Okay. So,
but that's the only way you can help them.
Oh yeah, of course. So they tell each other that don't see Dean.
Run away from Dean.
Even in the restroom, I will ask a question.
Okay. So in terms of product approach, business approach.
Yeah.
Which one do you do it more of?
I think that basically we have to talk what they want to hear. Not what we want to talk to them, right?
So you're going to be
we answer the question first about the product. If they have any problem with the health issue, or almost everybody have the want to become better person, have a better life, become somebody. Of course, the business opportunity is the best thing that you can sell.
Yeah, because that's very true, Dean. What I realized that people, after they join, they get so excited because they know Nu Skin is a good company, they got the best product, good compensation plan, and then they go around telling people, hey, I've got something good, please listen to me.
Yeah.
They forgot to ask questions.
Yeah, we have to ask questions. I think personally, I live with 3 principles. That every day I go out and try to connect to people and deeply understand that person. Secondly, try to find out what they are looking for, what they concern. And thirdly, help them right in the spot. Help them right in the spot. Maybe a handshake.
Okay.
Or maybe, so like the day before yesterday, I have a guy, and then it become a habit already. Ask them details about family, how many kids, how old are they, And then, what are you looking for? She said that she just moved new to the town. I'm now looking for a place to live.
Right.
Or I say, okay, I have a friend who have extra room that you can share. So we do something good for others, and in return, they want to pay back to me. And they ask me, what are you doing? Yeah, human nature. So you wake up early in the morning. Most of us now wake up early in the morning, and we have the mentality of the hunter. You go around and hunt. Or maybe you have a business card. You see people and you just pass out the business card. No. You ask those 3 questions. You ask them those 3 questions. So every morning, wake up thinking about who is lucky today to see me, because I am as a gift. I can give it to others. So with that mentality, you will see a lot of people approach you. Or otherwise, now they are running away from you because you are with a gun in your hand. I need 800 points, right? I need 1,000 now, almost the end of the month already. I need 1,000 points. People will run away from you.
Okay, Dean, we back to the journey.
Okay.
60 days is a long time.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think it is something for normal people. I mean, even if they have money, sometimes they just don't have the time to be able to do what you do. Even if they have the health and physical condition, they may not have the right thing to really do that 60 days journey. Anything interesting that you find throughout that 60 days that you are able to relate strongly to the new skin business?
I think that we basically we can do whatever we want, because we have to realize that we are in the 21st century now. Thinking about now, with all the technology, all the conditions that we have, we are in the best time of humankind. Imagine that the little boy from the old village, poor village, now they have the knowledge compared to the CEO in the U.S. Everything you can get it from Google, right? Imagine that what we have now in the iPhone, camera, GPS, almost everything. So don't complain that we are in this bad situation with the COVID here and that. We are in the best time of humankind. I think that we can do whatever we want in life. Now I can walk 1,800 miles. Now I want to walk across Spain and France. That's my next one. I will walk across the U.S. Yeah. So you done something, then you want to do something better, bigger and better. And I think that's you make life more meaningful if you always have a dream or have the goal you are going to achieve.
But is there any luck in life?
In life in general, I have a lesson that my dad taught me, that they say there's no such thing called luck. Everything in life, there are 3 steps. First, aim. Second, prepare. And the third one is shoot. If you go to the military, then, when you learn how to shoot the gun, same thing, right? Aim, ready, then shoot. A lot of us, we aim for years. We never take action. Some of us, maybe we doing something, we just jump in, do left and right, we shoot even in our food, in our own food. So those 3 steps, anything in life. You get married, you got promoted, especially in this business. You got to know exactly. In this business, it's not only the money, but the quality of life.
Right.
And the freedom.
Yeah. Dean, thank you so much. I think what you've been sharing to us is this is very, very valuable. And the journey can be hard, but it is becoming easier as people understand that the big thing is there, but they just need to take 1 step at a time.
Yeah, I want to close out with a story that I learned lately. There's a magician, well known. You can lock his arm, in 10 minutes, he will free himself. And he challenged all the prison in the world. Lock me into the cell, and within 1 hour, I will get out of that cell safely. So
This is real.
This is a real story, and he's American, but he born from Hungary. So there's a prison is in South America. They did not tell which country took the challenge. So by that day he came, dressed up nicely. Thousands of people surrounded him to watch. So he walked into the cell, and they lock him. They lock him into the cell. They close the door, lock him. So within the first hour, he very confident. He walked into the cell and he pulled the bell. Inside the bell there's a piece of metal. It's about this long. So he used that and opened the lock. Yeah. First hour, nothing happened. Second hour, people realized that he lose the confidence. Now he kind of nervous because he could not open it. After 4 hours, he collapsed. He sweat, he collapsed, and his body leaned over the door, and the door is open. Meaning that the door never locked. Of course, the door is closed, but not locked. So that is the lesson for some of us here. The door of opportunity is never locked, but somehow we lock ourselves because that person locked he locked himself on the mind.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dean. That's a very good story. Thank you so much. And I wish you all the best.
You were lucky to have a leader like
this. We're lucky to have learned from Dean, from Alan, from Philip Chung. I mean, we have so many friends all around the world who have the heart to really share so that we can have all the success together as brothers and sisters in the New Skin family. Thank you so much.
Yeah, welcome. It's my pleasure. All right.
And sometime in the future, when you decide to really do that challenge to walk from Bali, walking from Bali to Jakarta.
I heard that they moved Jakarta to another city, right?
That's right, the capital going to be in Kalimantan.
Next time when you have the event somewhere, we will walk to the stage together, okay? Okay. So everybody, you can join us in the next journey.
Yes, okay.
Okay, why not?